Guys, welcome to Fifth Force. This is your channel to help you prepare for test preparation and for your upcoming placement drive. Guys, we will be shortly launching a session on Campus Uncoded where we will be discussing all job opportunities including off campus, on campus, premium jobs, and we will be adding a section on competitive coding. So guys, stay tuned, subscribe our channel, like, share and share with your friends as well, and for update check our Facebook page. Our today's session is aimed to explore and open up the concept of successive percentage change, guys. Many were asking me about this concept, and after today's session you would be easily able to understand how and when to add this concept in solving problem. Guys, for better understanding, I'll explain it from scratch. And to explain it, let me take this example, guys. Look at this question. The question is saying the salary of a person was 40,000 per month, right? Next year, the salary increases by 20% and 10% respectively. What would be the new salary? Guys, so original salary was 40,000. First year it increases by 20%. So take this point first. What would be the salary after 1 year? 20% of 40,000, right? That is 8,000. So after 1 year, the salary would become 40,000 plus 8,000, 48,000, right? Next year it will increase by 10%. So 10% of 48,000, right? That is 4,800. So new salary after 2 years must be 48,000 plus 4,800, which is 52,800, right? So what is the total increase? New salary 52,800 minus original salary 40,000. So the increase is 12,800, right? So if I try to find out in percentage, the net change must be increase in salary 12,800 by 40,000 into 100%. The way we calculate percentage, right? Percentage is always calculated on original value. After simplifying, we get 32%. That means what we understand that net change is 32%. So what we can conclude here? That 20% and 10% successive change is equivalent to 32% change. That means instead of successive change of 20% and 10%, if the salary changes by 32% for 1 year, he will have same salary, right? Yes. So over here we find out what is the effective salary, right, guys? So effective salary or effective percentage change after 1 year is how much? After 1 year is 32%. So let's take another example to make this clear. Guys, before going to the next example, many of you must be wondering why we are not using direct multiplication method. Yes, you always can do that. There is no harm, but everything has its own application. Sometimes direct multiplication method can be difficult while multiplying big number. That time we use this method so that calculation is easier, right? So let's take this example. Say P into Q is R and P increases by 20% and Q increases by 30%. So by how much R would change? This is the question. Obviously, if P changes, R must change. If Q changes, R must change, right? If both changes, R must change. So to solve it, let's take some value. Let's take P is 10 and Q is 10. So R becomes 10 into 10, 100, right? Now many of you must be arguing, why not other values? Guys, you can take any value because finally you have to calculate the percentage change in R. So initial value doesn't matter. You can take any value you wish to, but to make the calculation easier, I am choosing this value so that R is 100 and then calculating percentage would be easier. It can be mentally done. For example, if R initially 100 finally becomes 125, so percentage change is 25, right? That is the reason, nothing else. So what is new P? R or P changes by 20%. So 20% of 10 is 2. So new P must be 10 plus 2, 12. What is new Q? 30% of 10 is 3, right? So new Q must be 10 plus 3, 13. So what is new R? 12 into 13, that is 156. So originally R was 100, now it becomes 156. So that means there is 56% increase in R. So what we can conclude again? The effective change of 20% and 30% is 56%, right? Guys, so what we have seen so far, 20% plus 10% successive change is same as one change of 32%. Alright. Similarly, two successive change of 20% and 30% is same as 56%. Alright. So how to calculate this or how to generalize? Successive change of R1% and R2% would be equal to R equals to R1 plus R2 plus R1 into R2 by 100. That is how we should calculate. Just check our first example. It must be 20 plus 10 plus 20 into 10 by 100. So 32, right? But guys, it has its limitation and it has its advantage. Limitation is that we can calculate only two successive change at a time. But that is not a problem. We can calculate any number of successive change using this, and that method I will explain in next question. Alright. So let's see how do we apply this method in solving problem. Take this question. If the length of a rectangle increases by 30% and the breadth decreases by 25%, what would be the overall change in its area? Right guys? What is area? So area is nothing but length into breadth. So that is product of 2 is equal to the third quantity. So if length changes, area must change. If breadth change, area must change. So change in length is plus 30% because it is increasing by 30%, right? And change in breadth is minus 25% because it is decreasing by 25%. So what is the overall change? R1 plus R2 plus R1 into R2 by 100. So 30 minus 25 plus 30 into minus 25 by 100. 30 minus 25, 5, and 5 minus this one is minus 7.5. So correct answer is minus 2.5. That means it must decrease by 25%, sorry 2.5%. So net change is 2.5% decrease, right? Let's take another application guys. Look at this question. After 3 successive yearly increment of 10%, 20% and 25%, Mr. Kabir Singh is drawing a monthly salary of 82,500 in 2020. What was his annual salary in 2017? Options are 50,000, 60,000, 1,28,000 and 6 lakh. Alright. So guys, over here it is 3 successive change. So we'll understand how to calculate this using our method. So we'll take simple, we'll take 2 at a time. So first take 20% and 10%. What is the effective change? So 10 plus 20 plus 10 into 20 by 100 is 32%. That is effective change of 10% and 20% for 1 year is 32%. Similarly, now take 32% with the third change. So effective change of 32% and 25% is 32 plus 25 plus 32 into 25 by 100, which is 65%. That means successive change of 10%, 20% and 25% is equivalent to one change of 65%, right? So we see we can calculate any number of change using this successive method, right? So that means salary increases by 65%. Previously if it was 100, now it is 165. So we can conclude the new salary is 165% of the previous. That is 1.65 times of the previous. 165% is 165 by 100, 1.65, and that is equal to 82,500 given, right? So now we need to calculate the previous salary. So previous salary must be 82,500 by 1.65, which is 50,000, right? And we need to calculate the annual salary. So what is the annual salary? This is the monthly salary, right? So multiply by 12 months, which is 6 lakh. Clear? So guys, let's take this concept in solving compound interest problem. And those who are in favor of direct multiplication, you will now understand why we try to avoid that. Because for compound interest problem, it can be 5 years, 6 years. So you have to multiply 5 times, 6 times, which would be difficult, right? So that can be easily solved using this successive method, right? We'll convert the successive percentage in equivalent of 1%, right? So what is the question? A sum of 60,000 was invested in a mutual fund for 5 years. If the fund offers a compound return of 15% compounded annually, how much would be the gain? 50,000, 60,000, 1,28,000, 61,200. So guys, the main funda is we have to find effective rate of 5 years as 1 year's interest, right? For example, if I say 15% simple interest for 4 years would be same as 60% interest for 1 year. So similarly, if you put 100 rupees in 10% compound interest, after 1 year 100 will become 110, and after one more year 110 will become how much? 11 interest, 10%, so that becomes 121. So that means I am getting an interest of 21. So I can conclude, instead if I put my money which offers 21% simple interest, after 1 year my return would be same. So 10% compound interest for 2 years is same as 21% simple interest for 1 year, right? So this way we can convert compound interest into simple interest problem, and our approach would be that similar. So 15% compound interest for 5 years. So let's take 2 years at a time. So 15 plus 15 plus 15 into 15 by 100 is 32.5%. That is, for 2 years equivalent interest is 32.5%. Next 2 years is also 32.5%. So for 4 years effective interest would be 32.5 plus 32.5 plus 32.5 into 32.5 by 100. If you simplify, that must not be difficult. 32 square is 1024. So approximately I am getting 76%, right? So effective rate for 5 years. This is for 4 year. So for 5 years, 76 plus 15 plus 76 into 15, right, divided by 100, and that is becoming 102% approximately. So guys, what does it mean? 15% compound interest for 5 years is same as 102% simple interest for 1 year, and calculating simple interest would be cakewalk. So what would be simple interest? Simple interest would be principal 60,000 into 102 rate of interest into 1 year divided by 100, which is 62,200. So simple to calculate, right? Clear? So I have explained how to use effective percent or successive percentage change method in compound interest, right? Clear? So guys, hope the successive percentage concept is completely clear. If anyone still has some question, you can write in the comment. And when I started, I mentioned we will be launching a special session on campus encoded, where we'll discuss all the opportunities in campus, off campus, and we'll be adding a session on competitive coding as well, right? So stay tuned. Please follow, like and share. That would be our motivation. And for update, check out our Facebook page. Link is given in the description. Alright? Until the next session, stay safe and take care.